Good morning, Misty Blue. Good morning, Dr. Dady. Good morning, Miss Fee. Good morning, Brooklyn Baby. Good morning, Sweet Jamaica. Happy Friday to everybody. Today's conversation starter says, do you sweat the small stuff? Do you sweat the small stuff? I know for so many years, we were taught to stand up for ourselves and to speak up and to push back and to make sure we were clear, make sure all our stuff was together and that we were presentable. I remember the rules that you had to follow, certain things you had to do, certain words you had to say, certain behaviors that were acceptable. And it caused a bit of stress. Good morning, Miss Spice. And now I look back at some of it and I see that it is some small stuff. Nothing we had to be overly worried about or concerned about. So think about today's question for a moment. Do you sweat the small stuff? Good morning, Miss JUK. Good morning, Sight Giver. Good morning, Boss Mom. Good to see you. All right, let's get today started. Two Music is with the testimony this morning. Shout out to you. I'll let you put in the chat what you feel comfortable to let everybody know. Katora Paget, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome. I think I got this right this time. Good morning. Uh-oh. What is happening? This keeps happening. There we go. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. So good to see everybody. Hope all is well where you are and that things are going your way. Thank you for starting your morning right here with Mindful Moments Meditation. What a joy to have such peace in the heart. Today's topic is, there's a family tree in my house. And our focus statement for today says, today, I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Our fun fact for the day: common practices of simple living include reducing the number of possessions one owns, depending less on technology and services, and spending less money. Are you living simply today? I know over the last year and a half, as my pockets felt like abundance forgot me, I realized on the other side of the challenge that I was in training to do more with less. And it wasn't comfortable making that shift. But I got rid of my Starbucks habit and learned how to do things at home. Oh, is the message out? She completed her final chemo. Okay, I want to make sure she put that in herself. Please put up a praise for Two Music Is. We are so excited for you. Congrats, 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 congrats. Living simply, living in a trusting manner. And thank you so much for the message you sent to us about how much this space helped and supported you during your trial. And every day, life presents us something that is beyond our visible understanding and reach. And yet, we all come out victorious on the other end. And if you know, believe, and understand that, put a 1 in the chat for me. Cookie has decided to join us this morning. Very rare occurrence. Let's take a look at our affirmations this morning. Congratulations to you. Two Music Is. We are super excited and celebrating your victory with you. Our affirmations for today start with, I attract wonderful people into my world. My home is a place of security and stability. I create opportunities for future generations. My family bond is unbreakable and everlasting. My friends and I motivate one another. I am grateful for the people I have in my life. I am free to be myself with my family and friends. Within my family, I feel safe, peaceful, and content. My family values honesty, integrity, and respect. I see my family through the eyes of love. Thank you for sharing in today's affirmations. If there was one that stood out for you, shout out to Misty Blue for typing them in the chat for you. Feel free to copy and paste them or take time to write them down in your journal. There were a number of them that really stood out for me. But that first one, I attract wonderful people into my life, is evidenced by every single one of you present this morning. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting it wholeheartedly with your presence and your participation every single day. I really do appreciate you. Let's step into today's meditation. It's time for Mindful Moments Meditation with DJ Classics. Welcome to this Mindful Moments Meditation series with DJ Classics. Hello there. Welcome back. For the next several weeks, we will spend time in daily meditation, focused first on enhancing our personal growth for the mind, the body, and the soul. Next, we will make efforts towards discarding thoughts, practices, and items that are no longer useful for our day-to-day living. And later in the month, we will make room on the inside and the outside of ourselves, both emotionally and physically, for the things that bring us joy and clarity. Let's begin today's meditation by finding a comfortable, quiet space to meditate that is also free from distractions or interruptions for the next few minutes. This spring cleaning meditation was written and created by DJ Classics. Session 10. There's a family tree in my house. Our focus statement for today says, today I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Our mantra for the month is Saka, purity, cleanliness, clearness. Let's find a comfortable spot where you can relax and let all of your stresses go. Close your eyes or focus on one spot in the room. Begin to roll your shoulders slowly forward and then slowly back. Lean your head from side to side, lowering your left ear towards your left shoulder and your right ear towards your right shoulder. Relax your muscles. Your body will continue to relax as you meditate. Observe your breathing. Notice how your breath flows in and out. Make no effort to change your breathing in any way. Simply notice how your body breathes. Your body knows how much air it needs. Now, sitting quietly, see in your mind's eye. Observe your breath flowing gently in and out of your body. My love for reading started at a very young age. I can remember sitting at the dining room table with my mom. She was sewing, and I was holding a book from our library trip. I would call out letters to then learn the words. As I learned the repetitive sight words, I started to read sentences, and I have not stopped since. I love the way the letters on the pages and their various font forms are so different and unique. I love the way the paper and ink smell together. I also love collecting books, and I have lots of them. Certainly more than I need. And most I probably will never read again in this lifetime. This relationship with books is nearing the 50-year mark. My love for collecting books began in middle school. I remember going to the bookstore at the mall. My mom would buy me a book, and I would be nearly finished reading the book on the drive home. I was encouraged instead to use the library, but more often than I should, I returned the books I really loved really late. My folks were not very fond of the late return fees on my books. I probably have a library book or two to this day from one of my former schools. If I stacked all of my books like a tree, I am sure they would extend well beyond the cathedral ceiling, bursting through the roof and shooting into the sky as far as the eye could see. Clearly, I do not have enough room for them all, and yet my big spring cleaning event will certainly require that I reduce this collection. This will probably be the hardest part for me. It has certainly stumped me in the past. I don't take my ability to read for granted, especially because of the fact that I know many in the generation before my parents didn't have the privilege to complete high school. Of my 4 grandparents, 2 made it to 8th grade, and 1 never actually learned to read. He signed his name with an X well into his 80s. For future generations, education was a must for as many as could attend and complete high school. Some of us made it to college, and a few more earned 2nd and 3rd master's degrees. I am one of those privileged few. Understanding the value of this privilege makes it very hard to part with books, not to mention all of our cultural magazines, plus the World Book Encyclopedia series and National Geographic magazine collection. We cherish it and wouldn't dream of parting with it, even though it is currently aging gracefully in the attic. Understanding the value of this privilege makes it very hard to part with books, not to mention all of our cultural magazines, plus the World Book Encyclopedia series and National Geographic magazine collection. We cherish it and wouldn't dream of parting with it, even though it is currently aging gracefully in the attic. As my big spring cleaning event date approaches, I know that I must allow myself to release the ridiculous amount of paper I am holding onto. File drawers are filled with paper bills I paid ages ago, receipts that accompany my taxes forever ago I'm holding on to just in case, the ridiculous amount of mail that I dare not to mention. And yet, even with the full induction of the digital age in the 2000s, my paper tendencies as a member of Generation X, matched with my pack rat genes given to me by my parents who saved everything, have paper stacking up very nicely, very high as a matter of fact, next to my clothing and accessories collection. In order for my children to have an ounce of opportunity to break the chain, that will separate them from a lifetime of saving all of their things. I have to be willing to break this cycle. We were taught to strive for the best and to acquire items, but very rarely instructed on how to let go and release things that we no longer need. For real growth to occur, someone must be willing to leave the out-of-date traits of the family in the past. Someone must set a new standard that honors the elders and prepares the children for the future. That decision now rests here. It's time to make the choice to break cycles and start some new, guilt-free practices for living with simplicity. It's time to free ourselves from the burdens of too much stuff and open up the window of opportunity. It's time to let the sun shine in you and spill over onto every area of your life. Take a moment to envision the possibility. Then complete the final confirmation for your Save the Date event for spring cleaning. As we prepare to spend time in meditation together, let's take a moment to review our focus statement for today. Today, I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Now we will begin our meditation to connect with the source from which everything flows. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap or at your sides, with your palms upward, and gently close your eyes. In this moment, go within to that place of inner quiet where we experience a connection to our higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, and more at peace. Our Sanskrit mantra for the month is Saucha. Saucha means purity, cleanliness, and clearness, all of which help to direct us towards living a pure and positive life. Our meditative period will begin and end at the sound of the bell. I'll watch the time while you meditate. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to your breathing and today's focus statement. Today, I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Now, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to relax as we enter the silence.
Please bring your awareness back into your body. Inhale and exhale, slowly and deeply. Take a big stretch from head to toe. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue your day, carry today's focus statement with you. Today, I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome back. It was like a little trip down memory lane for me listening again. Looking around me and seeing that I'm ready for another big event. I have to bring more focus into breaking some same habits. Only it's not as much as it used to be. It just seemed to grow in other areas. Sometimes I think it's an amount of fear that we carry that triggers those habits of holding on to things just in case, especially in times of want, in the low spaces, and the unsurety of day-to-day financial support. And we don't want to let go of what seems so valuable in those spaces. And yet, as I look around, I can see a few things that in the last year since I did this, I haven't touched, I haven't opened, I haven't used, I haven't perused, I haven't walked through in any way. I'm not even using. And so it's time to release once again. Have you set your date for your big day? For your big event? For the day when you're just going to go through everything and let go? Put a 1 in the chat if you have the little teeny tiny square Marie Kondo book, The Magical Art of Tidying Up. And have you looked through it and used it in a way that has you all pumped up to go through your things quickly and let go of what hasn't been used? A few years back, when I first found the book, I had to make peace with the fact that I was no longer going back to education as a regular employee. And when I went through the pants portion of my closet, hi Tab, hi Boss Mom, I had 36 pairs of black pants. True story. About 10 to 12 of them were the exact same pair of pants from Target that I liked. And they were in a variety of sizes. But in each of those sizes, there were 2 or 3 pair of the same pair of pants. Good morning, Miss P. Smitty. Good morning, Kim Blue. It just didn't make any sense. And so when we begin to see things rising up around us, when we begin to feel like we are living inside of a storage closet with things piled floor to ceiling around us, it's time for a big event. And the fastest way I've ever done it is to take everything out all at once, put it in an entirely different room, and then work through getting it out of that room so that the only things that go back into my space are the things I absolutely love and cherish. Let's take a look at our questions for today. Question 1. What traditions will you help the next generation carry into the future? Question 2. In what ways has Marie Kondo's methodology inspired you to complete your big event? And our last question for today says, how will your new living space allow you to become the best version of yourself? Thank you so much for your participation today. I hope that today's meditation was meaningful to you and gave you just a slight shift within to lean more towards creating simplicity around you, making life a little bit easier. I hope our little trip down memory lane sparked joy in your heart and your mind and your spirit in a way that will carry through with you today. Can you think of anyone that would have benefited from today's meditation? Someone perhaps inundated with things that needs to release what no longer serves them. Maybe someone who can reminisce through the books, the magazines, the encyclopedias, the parents, and the gifts that they've given us. So much of what we do is a pattern of what we see. And when we make a decision to change, it doesn't feel good until you've gotten through it, just like the challenges and problems we face. It just doesn't feel good. But the growth is amazing. And your ability to change and move with it gives you the privilege to operate in your best space. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll like and comment on and share today's message when this video finishes. Shout out to those who are taking the time to repost the focus statement using social media. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to Sightgiver and to Tab. I'm going to add you to the crew. You've been showing up for real. Let's see. DJ Purpose. And also, I see I keep going back and forth. Misty Blue, who's also Cher Trimble in here. And the one and only Miss J UK, still celebrating her birthday this week. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Be safe. We get to go hang out with some of our Twitch fam. It's going to be pretty dope. And I get to see one of you actually today in the next few hours. So I'm very, very excited about that. And look forward to the day we put something together where we can all see each other, which would be really, really cool. Thank you for making another week possible and wonderful. We are at 562 subscribers on our channel and a little over 13,500 views and still growing. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Today, I am ready to simplify my needs in order to support the growth of the next generation. Namaste.